On the evening of October 12, 1888, a 49-year-old businessman named George Lusk walked into his upscale home in East London. He grabbed the mail that his housekeeper had set out on the table by the door, and he stopped. Because at the bottom of the mail pile, there was a postcard and a letter. Over the past 2 months, 4 people had been killed in George's neighborhood. On this mail, on these 2 pieces of mail, the return address was the name of this uncaught serial killer. George was so scared of this killer, as he should be, that he had formed this neighborhood watch group. Just recently, when George was just looking out his front window onto the road, he had seen this kind of sketchy looking guy with a big thick beard standing on the other side of the road, and he was kind of in this alleyway. It looked like he was staring right at George, very intently so. He drew the blinds and kind of hid from his window. And so George, even though he was scared, he opened up these letters, and it was even more alarming than he could have thought. They were basically taunting George, saying, "Yeah, I know you stood up the neighborhood watch group. I don't care. I can do whatever I want. I can kill with impunity. I'm gonna kill 2 people tomorrow night, and there's nothing you can do to stop me." Over the next couple of days, George was basically sitting on pins and needles waiting to find out that, sure enough, a double homicide was committed somewhere in the neighborhood. But there was no news of any homicides. Things were calm. But then, on October 16th, so 4 days after George received those 2 pieces of mail from the killer, his housekeeper had set the mail on the table right inside the house. Stacked on top of it was this little package, and it was wrapped in brown paper. Once it opens up, he sees there's a letter sitting on top of this box. It says, "From hell." That middle-aged woman who had been murdered just a couple of weeks earlier, well, when she was found, one, they identified that she clearly had been killed by the same serial killer that was still uncaught. She was missing something, her kidney. The package that George received inside of that box itself included half of a kidney. And then the body of the letter explained that this was the other half of that woman's kidney because the killer had eaten the other half. And this half was a gift for George. The letters and the box containing that half of a kidney are considered to be potentially the only authentic communications from Jack the Ripper.